I believe it's our responsibility as men to do better every day, to learn from our mistakes, grow through our failures, and work to become the best that we can be.
So I've got a question for you today. Are you successful? I want you to stop what you're doing right now, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Am I successful? What's the answer? Leave me a comment below and let me know whether you feel like you're successful or not. I ask the question because what the heck is success? You know, society tells us that success is cars and houses and money and vacation and it's accumulation of stuff. That's what society tries to tell us success is. But the truth is, success is entirely subjective. It's based on what you have defined it to be. A few years ago, I was at a Tony Robbins conference and he asked the room, he said, "Are you guys successful?" And he's like, I want to know what you have to say. And so this guy raised his hand and he calls on him. He goes, "You, sir, are you successful?" And the guy stands up and he says, "No, I'm not." Tony says, "Okay, why are you not successful?" And he said, "Well, in order to be successful, I have to make at least $5 million a year. And right now I'm only making $3 million. And honestly, I'm not in that great a shape. I believe in order to be really, truly healthy and successful, you got to be, able to run and do a marathon and you got to have a certain body fat percentage. And honestly, I'm not there yet." And this guy, let me tell you, he was ripped, like he was in good shape. And everybody's looking at this dude like, "You're making $3 million a year, you're in fantastic shape, and you don't think you're successful." So he's like, "Okay, all right. Does anybody else think, are you successful? Anybody else want to answer this question?" So another guy raises his hand and he says, "You, sir, are you successful?" And the guy goes, "Absolutely." He's like, got a lot of spunk and energy. Tony's like, "Awesome. Why are you successful?" And he says, "Because every day above ground is a successful day." And I was struck by the disparity in differences, right? One person, incredibly successful by most people's standards, makes millions of dollars a year. He was actually an executive for a corporation, great shape, and he did not see himself as successful because the rules that he had for success were incredibly high. And it's great to have high standards. It's great to hold yourself accountable to a very high level, but it's detrimental. It's destructive to not see yourself as successful. You see, brothers, I believe we can only build from a foundation of success. We all know the parable of like building a house on the sand versus building a house on solid ground. And if you don't see yourself as successful today in some area of your life, you're trying to build a foundation on sand. In my life, I believe success is doing what I know in my heart I need to do. And I don't actually believe that success is a destination. This idea of I will be successful when I make X amount, or I have X amount, or I do X amount. I think it's bullshit, to be honest with you, because the target is always changing, and in life we're always evolving and moving. So to have a stagnant or a static goal for success is setting yourself up for failure. In my life, I believe, and I have found success when I viewed it as an action, as a behavior, right? We've all heard that quote that we are what we repeatedly do. That success is a behavior. It's an action. And so I have things in my life that I've defined that create success. I'm successful when I wake up every morning at the sound of my alarm. I don't hit the snooze button. I don't roll around and whine and complain. If I do, I believe that's an unsuccessful behavior. I'm a success when I go to the gym and I work out my body and my mind and I strengthen myself. I'm not successful when I skip the gym, when I lay on the couch. You see, I think success is a moving target, and it's an action that we take or it's a behavior that we don't take. And so I would challenge you, brothers, in your life, to take a step back and to sit down and really define what success means to you. Because for everyone, it should be different. And society, if you don't know what success is for yourself, the world is going to misinform you. Because there's companies that spend millions of dollars on car advertisements, clothes advertisements, vacation advertisements, and their entire purpose in life is to tell you what success is. And they're trying to define your success with their definition. which is typically buy my shit. Brothers, the best thing that you can do in life as a man, not only to be happy and fulfilled, to be grateful and excited, but also for your progress, for your fulfillment, your joy, your love, your excitement about life, is to define what success means for you. And actually write it in a list. I have a list, and the list says, I'm successful when, and then I have bullet points. When I wake up early, when I work out, when I feed my body healthy foods, when I'm reading and learning and growing, when I'm working with my team, when I'm supporting our customers, when I take vacations, right? When I do these things, I know I'm successful. So I'll leave you guys with this. This week, I want you to take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it takes. Take as long as you want, but spend at least 10 minutes and sit down and say, what does success mean to me? And then define it out. And this definition, it will evolve over time. But I'll leave you guys with this. My favorite quote of success is from the great coach John Wooden. And he says, success is doing what you know in your heart you need to do. I don't think there's any greater definition than that. So get out there and do what you know in your heart you need to do. And I'll see you guys next week.